If they wanted to, they would.
Sometimes you find yourself making excuses for someone. They don't write. They don't ask how you are. They disappear for days. And you think, they are probably busy. It's a hard week. They have a lot going on. You understand them. You wait. You check your phone. And you keep explaining their silence to yourself. Again and again.
The truth about busy.
People are busy. That is real. Life is fast. Days are full. Everyone has a lot going on. But here is something simple and true. When something really matters to a person, they find time. Not a lot of time. Not a perfect moment. Just one small moment. A message sent while waiting for coffee. A quick thinking of you before bed. 30 seconds. That is all. And when someone is truly on your mind, those 30 seconds happen on their own. Without planning. Without effort. Because you simply cannot not do it. You know this feeling. Think about a time when you really wanted to talk to someone. Really wanted to check in. Did you wait for the perfect moment? No. You found a moment. Any moment. Because they were in your thoughts. And the thought said, write to them. Now. That is how it works for everyone. Including the person you are waiting for.
What the silence is actually saying.
So when there is no message. No call. No small hey, how are you? 4 days. 4 weeks. What does that mean? It means one thing. You are not on their mind enough to make them reach for their phone. Not enough to move them to action. And that is hard to hear. Because you are thinking about them. Probably quite a lot. And it feels unequal. Because it is unequal. But the silence is not a mystery. The silence is just information.
The story we tell ourselves.
Here is where it gets interesting. When we care about someone, our brain is very kind to them. When they don't show up, we find reasons. They are stressed at work. They are going through something hard. They are not good at texting. They show care in different ways. They need space right now. And sometimes, yes, some of these things are true. But there is one question that cuts through all of it. How long? How long have you been explaining? How long have you been giving them reasons? 1 week? 2 weeks? A month? Because stress passes. Hard weeks end. Busy times finish. And if the pattern keeps coming back, if the silence returns again and again, that is not a difficult time in their life. That is just the answer. The answer you already know. But haven't said out loud yet.
The illusion that costs you.
Here's what the waiting actually costs you. Every day you spend explaining their silence, you spend energy. Real energy. Real attention. You are giving your best thinking to someone who is not thinking about you. You spend your mornings wondering. Your evenings hoping. Your quiet moments going over old conversations looking for clues. And while you are doing all of that, your real life is happening around you. People who do think about you. Moments that are real. Things that need your attention. But you are somewhere else. Waiting. And the sad thing about waiting for someone who is not coming is that it feels like loyalty. It feels like you are being patient and kind and understanding. But it is not loyalty. It is just hope without evidence. And at some point, hope without evidence becomes a choice. A choice to stay somewhere that is not good for you.
The truth that hurts.
So here it is. If someone does not write, does not ask, does not find 1 minute for you, again and again, it is not because they have no time. It is because you are not a priority to them. Not the way you want to be. Not the way you are making them a priority. This is not about being a bad person. They are probably not a bad person. It is just about where someone's attention naturally goes. And their attention is not naturally going to you. That is not your fault. But it is the truth. And the truth, even when it hurts, is better than a comfortable illusion. Because the illusion keeps you waiting. The truth sets you free.
What accepting this looks like.
Accepting this does not mean you stop caring. It does not mean you become cold or angry. It just means you stop pretending. You stop building a story where they are about to come back. Where one day they will realize what they are missing. Where the silence will end and everything will make sense. Maybe that happens. Sometimes it does. But you cannot build your days around that maybe. Acceptance looks like this. You see the situation clearly. You stop explaining it away. You feel what you feel, and you let yourself feel it. And then, slowly, you turn your attention back to your own life. Not in a big dramatic way. Just quietly. You stop checking. You stop waiting. You stop spending your 30 seconds on someone who is not spending theirs on you.
A simple thing from psychology.
Researchers who study human behavior found one clear pattern. When something is truly important to a person, they find a way. They wake up a little earlier. They stay up a little later. They send the message while standing in line. They call during the 5-minute walk between things. Not because they have more time than others. But because the motivation is there. When you really want something, your brain finds the gap in the day. It looks for the moment. It pushes you. Motivation creates time. And if the motivation to reach you is not there, no amount of waiting will create it. You cannot make yourself matter to someone who has decided, without even knowing it, that you don't.
Where to put your energy instead.
Right now, somewhere in your life, there are people who do think about you. People who see something and want to share it with you. Who have a question and think of you first. Who notice when you are quiet. Who find their 30 seconds. Maybe they are already in your life. Maybe you take them a little for granted because they are always there. Or maybe they are people you haven't paid enough attention to yet. Either way, they exist. And they deserve the energy you have been giving to someone's absence. Give your attention to people who show up. To the ones who don't need to be reminded that you matter. Those connections are real. Those are the ones worth your time.
The right people don't make you wonder.
Here is something simple worth remembering. The people who genuinely want you in their life, they don't disappear into silence. They don't make you wonder. They don't make you check your phone 10 times a day hoping for their name. They show up. Not perfectly. Not always at the right time. But they show up. A small message. A quick call. A simple sign that says, "Hey, you are in my thoughts." That is not a lot to ask for. That is just what it looks like when someone wants you around. And when that is missing, consistently, you don't need to wonder anymore. You already have the answer.
The last thought.
You are not asking for too much. Wanting someone to think of you. To find 30 seconds. To send one small sign. That is the most basic form of human connection. And if it is not coming, stop making it make sense. Stop explaining. Stop waiting. Stop giving your best energy to a door that is closed. See it clearly. Accept it quietly. Let it go. And turn toward the people who are already, right now, thinking about you. Who are already looking for their 30 seconds to reach you. They are there. You just have to stop looking the other way. If you enjoyed this story, leave a like and subscribe.